Echoes of the Veil. Prologue. The Awakening. In the swirling mists of the Orion Veil, a nebula that cloaked a fragile galactic alliance like a shroud over forgotten graves, humanity clung to the fringes of existence. The veil was a cosmic labyrinth, its dense clouds of ionized gas and newborn stars hiding secrets from eons past. Here, the Elthar Dominion reigned supreme, a telepathic empire of luminous beings who had woven their minds into the fabric of governance for 10,000 years. They classified species by tiers, the ancient precursors at Tier 0, long extinct, the Elthar themselves at Tier 1, with their flawless neural networks spanning star systems, and down the ladder to Tier 5, where humanity squatted like uninvited guests at a grand banquet. Earth's children had arrived late to this party, spilling out from their cradle world in rickety fusion drives and salvaged warp coils. No elegant hyperdrives for them, no psionic shields or matter synthesizers. Just grit, duct tape, and a refusal to die quietly. The colony on New Eden, a rocky ball of dust and defiance orbiting a temperamental red dwarf, was humanity's toehold in the veil. It was here, amid the ruins of an ancient precursor outpost buried under kilometers of regolith, that the trouble began. Dr. Kai Lin wiped sweat from his brow, his envirosuit humming against the vacuum-sealed dig site. "Captain, you need to see this," he transmitted, his voice crackling over the comms. Kai was a bioengineer by trade, but necessity had made him an archaeologist, too. His team had uncovered a vault, a seamless obsidian sphere pulsing with faint, rhythmic energy. Captain Alara Voss, a wiry woman in her 40s with scars from a dozen border skirmishes etched across her face, rappelled down the shaft. She'd been drummed out of the United Earth Fleet for insubordination, refusing to abandon a doomed outpost during the First Contact War. Now she led a ragtag crew of scavengers. Jax Reed, the hacker with a neural implant that let him interface with alien tech. Sarah Novak, the hotshot pilot who could thread a needle through an asteroid field. And Toro, the hulking ex-marine whose cybernetic arms could crush Durasteel. "What V we got, Kai?" Alara asked, her boots clanging against the vault's surface. "It's alive," Kai replied, his scanner beeping wildly. "The readings are off the charts. Precursor tech, no doubt, but it's responding to us. Human biosignatures, maybe." Before Alara could respond, the vault hummed louder. A seam appeared, splitting open like a blooming flower. Inside, a crystalline artifact floated in stasis, a multifaceted gem that refracted light into impossible colors. As they watched, it emitted a signal, a burst of data that pierced the nebula's interference and echoed across the stars. Alarms blared in their helmets. "Incoming transmission," Jax yelled from the surface rig. "It's the Dominion. They're demanding we hand over the abomination or face annihilation." Alara's jaw tightened. "Like hell. Gear up, team. We're not rolling over for some mind meld overlords." And so, the chase began. Humanity, ever the disruptor, had just poked the hornet's nest of the galaxy. Chapter 1. The Dominion's Shadow. The stellar nomad, Alara's battered freighter, tore through the veil's outer fringes, its engines groaning under the strain. Behind them, a squadron of Elthar interceptors, sleek, iridescent vessels that moved like schools of fish in telepathic unison, closed in. The Elthar were beings of pure energy contained in crystalline forms, their society a hive of shared thoughts where individuality was a myth. Emotions? They viewed them as primitive noise, distractions from logical perfection. But that made them predictable, and Alara knew predictability was a weakness. "Shields at 60%, Sarah reported from the cockpit, her fingers dancing over holographic controls. "Those bastards are sinking their fire patterns. One more volley, and we're space dust." "Jax, plugged into the ship's AI via his implant, grinned maniacally. Not if I can help it. I've been sniffing their comms, telepathic bleed over. They're assuming we'll run straight for the colony. Let's give him a surprise. He uploaded a virus, a chaotic algorithm based on human memes, designed to flood their network with contradictory data. Laughter, rage, love, emotions the Elthar couldn't process. The interceptors faltered, their formation fracturing as phantom signals overwhelmed their unity. Huh. Take that, you glowing pricks. Toro boomed from the gun turret, unleashing a barrage of kinetic slugs. One interceptor bloomed into silent fire. But the victory was short-lived. A massive Elthar cruiser materialized from hyperspace, its hull a lattice of energy conduits. A telepathic broadcast assaulted their minds. Surrender the artifact, primitives. Your chaos ends here. Kai clutched the crystalline gem in the cargo hold, his scanners whirring. Captain, this thing, it's not just a weapon. It's a key. To what? I don't know, but the signal it's emitting is destabilizing the nebulous stars. If we don't decode it soon, the whole veil could go supernova. Alara nodded, her mind racing. Humans weren't the strongest or the smartest in the galaxy, but they adapted. They improvised. And they never, ever gave up. Plot a course for the Crag Enclave. If anyone's got the balls to stand against the Dominion, it's those warrior idiots. Chapter 2. The Crag Challenge. The Crag Enclave was a fortress world orbiting a binary star system, its surface scarred by endless duels and honor wars. The Crag were massive, reptilian humanoids with armored scales and a code of conduct that made medieval knights look like pacifists. They respected only strength, viewing surrender as the ultimate shame. To them, humans were soft skins, fragile, but intriguing in their refusal to break. The Nomad touched down in a crater arena, dust billowing under its thrusters. A Crag warlord, Thraxor, awaited them, a towering figure clad in vibro armor, his eyes glowing with predatory glee. You dare enter our domain, softskins? The Dominion hunts you. Why should we not claim the bounty? Alara stepped forward, unflinching. Because we've got something better than credits. A challenge. Your kind loves a good fight, right? Beat us in the arena, and the artifact's yours. Lose, and you help us decode it, and stick it to the Elthar. Thraxor laughed, a rumble like thunder. Bold. I accept. But not you, little one. You're brute, Toro. Single combat. Toro cracked his cybernetic knuckles. About time I got some action. The arena was a pit of razor-sharp obsidian, holographic crowds roaring from orbiting ships. Thraxor charged with a plasma axe, his swings precise and lethal. Toro dodged, his augments whining, countering with punches that dented armor. But the Crag was faster, stronger. A blow sent Toro sprawling, blood mixing with dust. Come on, big guy, Alara whispered over comms. Remember what makes us human. Adapt. Toro grinned through split lips. Instead of brute force, he feinted, luring Thraxor into overcommitting. Then, with a burst of hydraulics, he grappled the warlord, using his own momentum to slam him down. A human wrestling move, unorthodox, dirty, but effective. Thraxor yielded, respect in his eyes. You fight like demons. The artifact, we will aid you. But know this, the Veil Nomads hold the old lore. Seek them in the Shadow Drift. As the crew departed with Crag schematics to interface with the artifact, Alara felt a spark. Humans didn't just survive, they turned enemies into allies through sheer audacity. Chapter 3. Whispers of the Veil. The Shadow Drift was a graveyard of derelict ships, a nomadic haven for the Veil, a ethereal species of energy wisps who wandered the stars, collecting forgotten knowledge. They spoke in riddles, testing curiosity before sharing secrets. To them, the galaxy was a puzzle, and humans were intriguing pieces, short-lived, but burning bright. The Nomad navigated the debris field, sensors pinging anomalies. A veil swarm coalesced before them, shimmering like auroras. Why did the fleeting ones seek us? Their collective voice echoed in minds. Kai stepped up, the artifact in hand. We found this. It's precursor tech, destabilizing the veil. You know the old ways. Help us understand it. The veil swirled, probing. A test. Solve our enigma. What binds the stars yet breaks under emotion? The crew huddled. Sarah suggested gravity. Jax, quantum fields. But Alara, drawing on human intuition, answered. Trust. It holds alliances, but shatters with betrayal. The veil approved. Clever. The artifact is an emotion engine, a precursor device that harnesses raw feeling to manipulate reality. The Elthar fear it, for they lack what you possess: passion, fear, joy. Use it wisely, or it consumes you. With veil algorithms integrated, the artifact began to reveal its code, a map to a hidden precursor forge at the veil's heart, capable of stabilizing the stars or weaponizing them. But the Dominion was closing in. Elthar agents had infiltrated the drift, and a firefight erupted amid the wrecks. Sarah's piloting weaved through exploding hulls, while Jax hacked enemy drones, turning them against their masters. Toro and Alara provided cover fire, their human rage fueling precise, unpredictable shots. As they escaped, Kai marveled. We're not just decoding it, we're bonding with it. Human emotions are the key. Chapter 4. The Heart of the Veil. The precursor forge was a megastructure orbiting a black hole at the nebula's core, rings of exotic matter spinning in defiance of physics, ancient and alive. The artifact slotted into a central console, awakening holographic guardians, AI echoes of the precursors who judged worthiness. You are the disruptors, the guardians intoned. The galaxy stagnates under order. Prove your chaos brings balance. The Elthar fleet arrived en masse, led by High Mind Vexera, a pulsating orb of telepathic fury. Primitives. The engine will be contained. Your emotions are a plague. Battle raged. Crag allies warped in, their dreadnoughts clashing with Elthar cruisers in brutal melees. Veil swarms disrupted telepathic links, sowing confusion. On the forge, Alara interfaced with the engine, channeling her crew's emotions: Sarah's determination, Jax's mischief, Toro's loyalty, Kai's wonder. Her own defiance surged foremost. The device amplified it, sending waves of reality-warping energy. Stars stabilized, but the Elthar fleet faltered, their logical minds overwhelmed by induced doubt and fear. Vexera's final broadcast was a plea. What is this feeling? Alara responded, humanity, and it's just getting started. The engine's power shared, the Dominion fractured. Oppressed species rose, inspired by the soft-skins who defied the odds. Humans, once Tier 5, became legends, proof that in a galaxy of order, chaos wins. Epilogue: New Horizons. Years later, New Eden thrived as a hub of alliance. Alara stood on its surface, the artifact now a monument. We didn't conquer, she told a young recruit. We adapted. We felt. That's our strength.